Assalamualaikum, hi, and a very good morning to all of you. First and foremost, thank you for joining this session today, and I hope that all of you are in good health. Well, what we are going to look today is regarding engaging student through online learning using Google Doc. Well, first and foremost, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Shahreza. You can call me Shah or Dr. Shah. I am currently a lecturer at the Faculty of Fisheries and Food Science, and my field is on fish genetics. You can communicate with me either through Telegram, WhatsApp, or handphone using this number 019-286-7794, or you can email to my formal address shahreza@umt.edu.my, or to my personal Gmail shahrezamatsyarif@gmail.com. So what are we going to look into today? Well, I've divided this into 5 parts. First, I will give you some brief introduction into Google Doc, and then we are going to go to an activity on how to create a Google Doc file. And then we will do an activity. If we have time, we can do 2. Yeah. And finally, I'm going to summarize what we have gone through for this session today. Well, at the end of this session, participants should be able to explain the function and usage of Google Doc in teaching and learning, especially for online learning, and you should be able to create tasks and collaborate online using Google Doc. Well, face-to-face. You can see here how nice if we were to have a face-to-face session with our students. Well, various activities can be done. Yeah, like this is one example in my class. Yeah, by having face-to-face, we can create activities, and the most important thing, we are engaged together with them. But currently now, in the crisis of COVID, for example, where you need to do online or what we call as remote learning, everybody is staying separately at different places. And the challenge is now how to create an engagement with all our students when we are doing online teaching as though they are having face-to-face session with us, just like in the classroom. Now, this is a big challenge. Now, why engagement is important? Even though we say that in online learning, students have got their own time, their own pace of learning, where you have synchronous and asynchronous session. Well, I would like to look into this aspect. Now, this is a learning pyramid. You can see that average learning retention rates of a student when they learn is about 5 to 20% when we just handle through lectures, reading, or audiovisual. But highest learning retention rates, or they would learn more when they are able to demonstrate, discuss in groups, practice by doing, and even teaching others. So you can see that learning should have a mix of lectures and activities. And another say that, tell me, I will forget. Show me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I will understand. So how do we get them to get involved, even though when you are doing remote learning? Now, currently, you can do a lot of ways through our Web 2.0 tools that is currently available online. You can do quiz or tests using Quizzes, Edpuzzle, Kahoot, or Socrative. You can also communicate and engage with them through normal discussion using WhatsApp, Telegram, and even do some work together through Padlet as well as today's Meet. Well, other than these tools, one of the tools that we can do is through Google Doc. So Google Doc is actually a document which is similar to Microsoft Word, but one thing that is different is that it is online. Because of it is online, it can be shared and it can also be used for collaborative work. This is the difference between Google Doc and Microsoft Word. Now, by having this ability, Google Doc allows us lecturers to create collaboration between students, either among students or students and us. We can also use Google Doc to assign tasks where they can do online or they can do offline, but they can still submit to us. We can also use Google Doc for students to create content. We want them to understand what they have learned by creating things, and they can do it, and we can track their progress when we start to engage with them through our online session. And apart from that, Google Doc can be used to create exercise sheet for the student to do some work together with us, again, either online or through asynchronous learning. Well, now since we know what Google Doc is about, let us go to Google Doc. And in this session, I will show you how to create a Google Doc file and how you want to create an activity in which students will be able to engage with you when you conduct an online session with them. All right? So let's go and let's move on with it. Now, on this, once you go to Google Drive, on the top left, you will see a colorful plus sign here with the word new. So you click here, there will be a list of items, folder, file upload, folder upload, Google Docs, Google Sheet, Google Slide. So we are going to go to Google Docs. Okay, there are two types that you can create, from a template or from a blank document. So you click on the blank document, it will open up one document. So the interface is similar to Microsoft Word. Okay, so let's create one activity for all of you to collaborate together. On the top left corner, there is a word called untitled document. So this is where you can rename your file. Now I'm going to name this file podcast. Okay. Then you can add in here I'm going to insert a table. Okay, so I add in this one. You can add in table, nickname, name of course, and picture. Okay, I'll go through this one. if you go and check at the top right corner, you can see here a share button. Okay. You can get a shareable link over here. I'm giving to you one link. Can you open this link in the chat? Yes, Syed Iqmal. You can record this. Okay, how many of you?
Tak dapat link, Doktor. Tak ada.
In the chat, I've put up in the chat. I put up again. Okay, did you get the link? Oh.
No link.
Nampak.
All right. Everyone. Everyone. Okay. Again. All right. Do you get this link?
Yes.
All right. Now click on the link. What I want you to do is, yes, put your nickname so that other colleague won't accidentally go into your place, and add in your nickname, name of a car, and get some pictures of the car and put inside there. Okay, I give you about 5 minutes to settle this.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Okay. In the meantime, I'll be inserting more rows. Okay, Azam Hakim has already put in the picture. Proton Saga, Daus, Nissan Skyline. So you can imagine if you're a student, this is how the student will experience. Okay, in the meantime, I'm inserting more rows down below. Now, while you are writing this, if you notice, there are many colorful icons come up. So from there, you know which person is doing what.
Turun. Buka ni kipas aku panas siang lah.
Okay. Sarah, Honda City, Xiao, Nissan. Okay. Cindy, Saga, Arina, Wish, Toyota.
Dah? Ni dah.
Okay, can anybody please put in your chat how many of you consider this is their first time doing this? Working together.
Texas dik.
Quite a number of people. Alright. So let's say you are giving lectures through Zoom, okay, and you want students to interact with you. You want to know how, whether they understand what you teach. You want to get their response. And there are several ways of getting it. And one of them is through using Google Docs. So you can create a file, you can share to the students, just like what I did. And then you can ask the student to interact with you by putting in the information. So from here, you can know whether they are putting the right thing, whether they understand the things that you have mentioned or you have delivered, right?
Ini aku boleh gerakkan ke? Mana boleh dia je.
Alright, first time belajar, biasa buka je link, yes. You can just copy a picture ala Farihah. Copy and paste ya. Andu.
Kau ingat aku?
Okay. So I'm going to give you another 2 minutes now, and then we're going to go to the next activity. So those who have the link, you can see what other people are doing, right?
Dekat bako tempat pasang.
Okay. Another 2 minutes, then we'll stop and I will be explaining to you again how to conduct this, and then we'll go to the next activity.
Ini Zimia ni.
So for those of you who haven't done this before with a student, you can have a go, especially if you are trying to do a collaborative work. You can either make a different file for each different group, and you can share each separate file to each separate group, and you can monitor what they are doing as a group work. Like for example, the one that I showed to you is where everybody collaborates together. But if you want each group to work together on their separate own, then you can have different files and you share each individual files to each individual groups. Okay, now just to repeat again, after you have created this file, you can rename here. So after you have renamed, you can create your own things that you want to do for class activity. And if you want them to get engaged and collaborate, look at this top right button, share. So when you click here, now I want to explain this one. When you click share, you will be given a link. Now this link is the one that you will give to your student. Now when you want to give to your student, you can either post this link through your WhatsApp or through the Zoom that you are engaging with them, or you can email to them using the email address. Now, another thing is you have 3 types of access for the students or for anyone that you share. Now, if you click anyone with the link, what I've put just now is anyone with the link can edit. That means everyone, like you see just now, anybody can just put in anything inside there. The second one is a little bit strict. Anyone with the link can comment. That means they cannot edit, they can only make comments. Now, this is what I'm going to show to all of you how to make comments. And the third one, anyone with the link can view. Means that they cannot adjust, they cannot make comment, they can just view. So if you want to send something that you want to share and the other person can only view, so make sure you specify this as anyone with the link can view. If you want them to make editing and as well as comment, that means access to 100%, you can put here anyone with the link can edit. Now, the next step is I'm going to show you how to make comments, because sometimes when students are putting in something, you might want to make comments to them saying that please adjust this or please change something. Now, this is how it is done. Let's say I want to work on this number 1, Amalia. Now, Amalia has put in Ferrari Enzo. So, if I were to make comment, I can highlight this. Okay, if you look here, I'm highlighting Ferrari Enzo. You can see here, there is a plus box on the right. Okay, this one. So when you see this one, add a comment. You can add in a comment and you can mention here. Now I put here, please change to another model. So I can place here comment. Okay, can you see this? All right. So this is how, if you want to discuss with the students, okay, in groups or in something, you want them to change. So you can add in a comment and the student can look on their right. And if they have changed it, then they can click here, resolve. Okay, another thing is how to make comments and you want them to see a video, for example. Now, let's say I'm trying to find a video on Ferrari. Okay, assuming that this is the video that I want. Okay, so I can copy the link here. All right. I go back here. Let's say I'm putting a comment on this picture. I can add in another comment. I can put here, please see this video. So within this document, student don't need to go and open up another page. From this one, they can just click here. You can see. And they can watch the video that you want them to refer to. Okay. All right. So is everybody okay? Can you see? Can you get it? Did you get the thing? All right. So you can make comments either by showing to them a link to a video, or you can just make a comment, or you can even want them to share a file. So just like I showed to you, you can share a file of a certain document and you can straight away put here. Let's say that you want to share with them some journals. They are putting in a wrong information and you said that you better read this journal and adjust back. So you can put here, please refer to this document, and you put in the link. So that's about it. Now, one more thing that I would like to show to you is, okay, if you want the student to do some exercise, all right? Now, I'm trying to put here, but to make it fast, because we are running out of time, I'm sharing this. Okay, you can create this type of exercise, all right, with the link. Now, I'm going to share with you. You can have a try. I rename this one first. Can edit, get shareable link. Okay. Now I will send to all of you this link. Okay, supposedly I send to you through Google Classroom, then everybody will have their own chance to do it individually. So you try to watch the video and answer the question. Okay, I give you about maybe 5 minutes for you to do this. Have a go.
Kurang kasar. Dah.
Can edit. All right. Done. Okay, watch the video and try to answer the question below.
Bukan senang kau pergi rumah, wadi tu nak berkepuk dah sama. Kalau ibu nak berkepuk, dia waktu cek itu kan, dia nak ambil kepuk kat rumah. Berkepuk yang ada store itu lah. Terik dia tu lah mana.
Okay, now some of you have already started to answer. All right, so how do you find, please give some feedback. How do you find this activity for this second one, in which we created an activity, you send to the student and the student try to read maybe your lecture note. Like for example, this one, I've given a link to a YouTube video. You can also link to your own video, ask them to watch and try to answer them. Okay, Azam Hakim, I'm not sure about it, but I'll try to get back to you again regarding that, the upper reference. But if anyone in the group knows, please help. Okay, so these are the two things that I can share with you within this 1 hour. There are a lot more on how to do things. Maybe if we have some other times or in some other venue, I can share with you more various types of activities where you can get the student to engage when you were delivering your online class, right? Like this one, you can see students can communicate with you and you know whether they are doing the work, they are answering the right thing, or whether they are understanding the things that you want them to understand. Okay. Amalina, you can get back to me. Okay, Amalina, you can get back to me through this number. Then I'll be explaining to you again. I'm trying to record. I'm recording this video, so I might be sharing to all of you later.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Okay, so I just want to refresh again about this. All right, for this last few minutes, I'm going to go through about Google Doc. Now you see, if you go to File, I'm trying to annotate here. If you go to File, you can download this file into several formats, either Microsoft Word, RTF, or PDF. But in this case, if you are putting any links, once you downloaded this, that link is not functioning anymore. So it must work online. If you created a Google Doc file, you can also straight away send an email as an attachment, right? And to some of you, suddenly you don't have Line, students can make it available offline. So they prepare the answer or the task. Once the line is available back again, it will be updated automatically. Now, this is the last thing that I want to show is the version history. Some of you might be afraid if you do Google Doc, then with all people coming in and editing, some of the things might get lost. Well, Google has kept all your version before this. Now, if you look at this version history, you can check back to see version history. Now, you see on the right, they will mention the history, 1050, 953, 948. So if you were to revert back to the original one, you can just click here. Is it? Okay, so it will go back to the original one. If you want to see the current version, you can click at this one and it will move to the current version. So any mistakes, like the student accidentally delete, so you can move back to which current version that you want to refer to. Okay, did you get this? Let me check on the chat. Okay. So these are the things you can refer back. This is the most important, because once you do collaborative work, there might be some errors or mistake that is being done by the student. So how do you revert back to the original one? You go to the version history. Okay, now I'm moving to the current version. All right. So I think that's about it from me. There are a lot of things that that we can do actually, but within this 1 hour, I think these are the two things that I can show how to engage student learning through online when you are giving lectures such as Zoom or Webex, and having them to interact with you to see their learning process. Okay. So I'm going to stop here. So do you have any more questions? Okay, I'll be going back here. Anything, you can contact me through this number. All right.